Remember the original Ender 3? This was basically the 3D printer that made 3D printing available to the masses. But it was also kind of a pain to use. And when Creality recently sent me their Hi Combo, it got me thinking about how good do we have it right now in 3D printing. And I just wanted to compare and see how was it back then and how is it now. I think we often take for granted what we have now. It's stuff like automatic bed leveling, AI cameras, Wi-Fi, and just all this stuff that makes your life easier and makes printing better. So I want to compare these two since they're pretty much the same price point, just 7 years apart, and see what the differences are, and I think it's going to make me appreciate even more what we have right now. My plan is easy. I'm gonna go through a normal printing process and then see where all of the differences lay and how much better the new one is. The first thing is the whole slicer experience. And the cool thing is that the current version of Creality Print actually supports both of these printers, so it's pretty much the same. Yes, back in the day when the Ender 3 came out, this was a far different experience, but that's a whole different topic that I'm not going into right now. So right now it's pretty much apples to apples and works really well. When slicing the same object, you can already see that there's a huge difference in the estimated print times, but we're going to go into that later and actually test out how long these prints are going to take. The big difference that I can see around the whole slicing thing is more the addition of Wi-Fi and the ability to use the cloud and stuff like that. With the Ender 3, I now physically have to walk to the printer, grab the micro SD card, then grab an adapter for that, plug it into my computer, move it over, walk back to the printer, and then get the print started. With the Creality Hi Combo, it's so much easier. I can just press print from the slicer and it's automatically going to transfer over. Also, you have the options to other features like remote printing or, starting prints through the cloud from your phone, all of which is really nice and can enhance the workflow and just make printing that little bit easier. While the Creality Hi is ready to print, with the Ender 3 I first need to level the bed. And yeah, you don't have to do this every print, but every now and then it was still important. And this one even has a CR Touch, so it can do some bed leveling by itself, but still the results were pretty bad so far, so I gotta get onto that. And I think this is a royal pain in the butt, and judging from the amounts of tutorials that are there, this took people probably like hundreds of years through all of the people that did it in total. And yeah, so we're gonna level this now, and then we can actually go start the prints and compare the print quality. So I've been working on leveling the Ender 3, and honestly, it's been taking too long. I've watched at least 3 videos on how to level it, and did so many different things, trying it without the CR Touch with and all those stuff. And I think it's taken me like an hour and a half, and I know like I have very little experience when it comes to this, but this is what a lot of people used to face when starting this hobby, where you couldn't just grab a printer and just start printing, but there was this huge process of just like getting this thing to work. While I think I have it working now, it's just been annoying. And with new printers, you don't have that problem. You kind of just plug them in and you're good to go. And that's so much nicer. Like from all the machines I have, them just working, I didn't appreciate it as much, but after going through this, I definitely do a lot more. But now that this is at least kind of level, I'm gonna start the same print, and I think we're going for a classic benchy on both of the printers, and we're gonna see how long does it take, and also what's the print quality like. Little fun fact, these are actually the first benchies I've ever printed, and that's why I didn't realize that these were like oversized and took way longer than normal. But since we can compare these one by one, I think it's still fine. I just checked in on the prints, and the Ender 3 has been printing some really weird stuff, so it's more troubleshooting there. On the other hand, the Creality Hi was already done printing and the print is looking perfect. So yeah, that just goes to show you how much different the experience is, I think. So after a lot more tinkering, I think I finally got this working properly. Something in the printer was definitely clogged. I didn't realize at first because I thought it was just the bed leveling, but after that was fine and the results were still bad. I ended up taking pretty much the whole hot end apart. I got a new Bowden tube in, I cleaned the extruder, and also put a new nozzle in. So after that, it started finally working well. And now we're ready to do the first prints. While the printers are printing and doing their own thing, there's some other little things and differences that I really wanted to talk about. There's so much more technology in terms of, new additions like the camera and the overall ecosystem that make the whole process so much much easier. And these I can't really compare because straight up the Ender 3 doesn't have them. Let's quickly talk about them and how it affects your printing process. I'm not going to go very deep into them, just kind of mention them so you know what's there and what isn't on the other side. A lot of printers now are getting a filament changer, which is really nice. The one thing is multicolor printing, which can be really cool. I mean, in some ways I think it's a little bit of a gimmick, but it can be super nice. It first of all makes switching filaments super easy. So even if you're just printing one color prints, it's easy to switch from one to the other between prints. Also then you can do stuff like embed lettering and stuff like that super easily and super nicely. And then the last thing is, using one filament for the main body and another for the supports, which can really help get those supports off easily. For example, with PLA and PETG, which works really, really well. To me, the second thing is a built-in webcam. You can kind of get that under the Ender 3 with, a Raspberry Pi and then having a camera connected to that. But it's all this like big thing. And nowadays you just have the camera built in, you check the Creality app and you just know what your printer's doing. And to me, that's just peace of mind seeing if everything's going well. And all in all, the whole ecosystem around it has become so much better, with Creality Cloud and websites like that, where you can have pre-sliced files for your printer, you just throw them on and everything works perfectly. And this is, I think, one of the biggest things. While printers, yes, have been getting better and faster and easier, the cool thing is it's so much more accessible to people that haven't tried it out before, because you can just get a printer, you put it there, plug it in, it's working, and then you download a slice print and it's just going. And just to get into the hobby, I think that's great because you can start so easily without putting like hours and days into just getting your first print working. And those people might then just progress doing harder prints, making their own models, slicing. But the hurdle to get into the hobby is so much lower now than it used to be 7 years ago. One thing that I also noticed on my Ender 3 is the motors are so loud. I mean, these servos just scream at you. The noises are so annoying, whereas new printers are so, they're so quiet. You can like work in the same room and don't really worry about it. I mean, it's still like some fan noise that can be annoying, but compared, wow, the difference is just night and day, and it's gotten so much better. Another thing that I've really come to appreciate is the overall build quality and design of the printers. Whereas the Ender 3 still looks like somebody just kind of, built this thing together out of off-the-shelf parts, and it kind of looks more like a science fair project. Looking at the Creality Hi with its custom metallic parts and just like, the whole design, it looks so much better. But also I think we've come a long way in terms of, how things work and how sturdy everything is. Things aren't as likely to bend or go out of tolerance. That being said, the cool thing about something like the Ender 3 is that you can pretty much repair everything yourself. The machine is so simple that you can take everything off, rebuild it. There's so many mods and so many things because it's really open and really accessible. With newer machines, often these are more specialized and more finicky. If anything breaks, you can definitely just get parts from the manufacturer, but it's not as easy to repair many of the things. It's kind of like cars. Old cars are fairly basic in terms of the technology in there, but they're also much more easy to repair. Whereas new cars with all their software, specialized parts and everything being high performance, they're also usually a bit harder to repair and work on, which is annoying. After a good amount of printing and testing now, I have to say that the full-on results are actually pretty similar. Looking at the Benchy, I would say, while the Creality Hi is a little bit nicer and cleaner, the Ender 3 is actually really up there. And that just shows in terms of if you actually have everything dialed in, that machine is still super capable and you can produce really good results. One big downside, however, that I realized for the Ender 3 was really the consistency. Throughout all the models that I had, one would print really nice and the other one then would make problems again. For example, it was sometimes the bed adhesion wasn't doing great, or I think with this next model that I tried to print, then the retractions weren't really dialed in. And with all of these, it was always like inconsistencies and stuff where you'd have to really go into and dial things in for the end result to be good or perfect. And that's the thing. It can be really good in terms of print quality, but you have to work for it. Whereas with newer printers like the Creality Hi, you just kind of throw it in and go for it, which is really cool. In terms of the print time, I printed this slightly larger than usual Benchy, and the Ender 3 took 3 hours and 26 minutes, whereas the Creality Hi only took 1 hour and 23 minutes. So you're more than double as fast on the Creality Hi. I also printed out this thing that I use as a base for a tripod, and here the time difference was even bigger. The Creality Hi took 1 hour and 19 minutes, whereas the Ender 3 took 4 hours and 20 minutes. Nice. This bigger difference probably owes to the geometry of this object, where the Creality Hi can use its superior speed way better and then gains a lot of advantage. So where does all of that leave us? Honestly, I'm coming out of this with a lot of respect for the original Ender 3. While looking at it from today's perspective, it obviously has tons of flaws. But if you dial it in right, it can still produce great results. And honestly, that's pretty impressive for the amount of time that's passed and you know how this thing was built. But it's insane how much more you're getting today. Now you have all these amazing features like a filament changer, you have the general ease of use, but also the reliability. And all of this is a big up for me, and I'm really happy that we are where we are. And that's one of the really important points for me. I think 3D printing is starting to transition from this thing where you need to be a diehard and just like sink hours of time into to get any real results, to this thing that pretty much anybody can buy and just start printing and you'll have great results and a lot of fun with it. And I'm really excited for that because it'll make this community grow so much bigger than it already is. For now, I'm really interested in your opinion. What do you think are the biggest differences between then and now? What do you like the most and what's the biggest improvement for you? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you now looked at these and probably you want to get the Creality Hi, you can check out the link in the description down below where you can buy one. It's honestly an amazing machine and I've really loved using it the last couple weeks. Besides that, if you want to watch more cool YouTube videos, check out this video that I made on my coolest advanced 3D printing tools. There's so much cool stuff in there, from a vacuum and blower thingy that I love to clean my studio here, to a 3D scanner and so much more. It can really enhance your work. So check that out and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye.